It's a Winchester favorite, Ale-8 1, and now they're serving up a new drink, Ale-8 0. Jesse Hawkins is the creator of the Mocktail Project. He joins me now with an easy drink that you can make at home. And Jesse, first off, tell us about the Mocktail Project that you started 4 years ago.
And it was really inspired by my own journey. 7 years ago, I made the personal choice to become a non-drinker. And as I said, as a Kentucky boy, I never thought I'd be able to walk back onto the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, let alone, hop down to Kingland or, go to a UK tailgating game. And so I created the Mocktail Project really as a way to welcome everyone back around the table. And, our mission is truly about creating spaces where both cocktails and mocktails can coexist. And if you don't know what a mocktail is, it's just it's a recipe. Think about like a traditional cocktail, but it just doesn't have the alcohol. And so, it's been an incredible mission over the last 4 years. We've now served something like 35,000 mocktails here, not only in Kentucky, but all around the country. So
that's great. And now today you're going to be making a drink with Ale-8 0. So what is new about Ale-8 0? Because we had Diet Ale-8 1.
Right. Absolutely. So probably like yourself, I grew up drinking, traditional Ale-8. It was always at all the family functions. And so for all of you diet lovers, Ale-8 is now transitioning away from Ale-8 Diet, and now it is Ale-8 0. And so as Ale-8, says right on the packaging, it's 100% Kentucky, 0% sugar. And if you're like me, you're just getting away from, some maybe those New Year's resolutions, you're heading into spring. I just participated in something that's called Dry January, which, millions of Americans and even worldwide takes that 30-day really sabbatical, and, they choose not to drink. And so a lot of times when you're making that transition or that shift, we're being very cautious of what we're putting into our body. And, I think when you think about a mocktail, sometimes that old Shirley Temple pops up into mind, and you just think about sugar, sugar, sugar. And so now with Ale-8 0, it's really that base ingredient to really creating a beautiful, really yummy, alcohol-free option that has a lot less sugar when you start out with the recipe.
So what are you serving us today?
Yep. So this is a fun little riff. Ale-8 has this really great recipe called the Blackberry Smash, but I'm going to add in a few different ingredients. So we're going to have some blackberries. We're going to have some local honey, obviously the Ale-8 0, a little splash of fresh lemon. And then you can either use thyme or rosemary. When I start to think about like March and heading into springtime, I love incorporating some of those earthy flavors. And so to get this started, we're going to add in 6 fresh blackberries. And this is going to be like a muddle and a mash. So we're going to go 6 fresh blackberries. This is going to have 6 ounces of the Ale-8 0. We're going to add in 2. I'm going to go 1/4 ounce of fresh local honey. And that's going to pair really nicely with the blackberry.
And the honey and the blackberries are going to give a natural sweetness to it
it does.
Without the added sugar.
That's going to be the added sugar. And that's like the really nice balance where, the Ale-8 0 obviously doesn't have, the sugar. And so adding in those natural ingredients really, complements each other. We're going to do a fresh squeeze of lemon. And now we're just going to muddle this. I know we were talking a little bit before, the great thing about a lot of these recipes is that, it's really more of like a culinary sense, instead of trying to mask, like your traditional spirit, we're really pairing a lot of these flavor profiles together to really build up into a really beautiful recipe. But a lot of these recipes can actually, as Ale-8 says, for the adventurous, you can include, a spirit into this. And so when you're hosting a party or at a tailgating, experience, you can really create recipes that can be enjoyed with or without. And so I'm going to go ahead and add in some fresh ice. Give this a good stir. When I pour this, we're going to go ahead and top it back off with the Ale-8 0 with the additional 4 ounces. and add in your garnish, which I chose rosemary. I think it's just a beautiful garnish, and you get some of those aromas, some of those earthy flavor profiles that pairs really well with the blackberry and then the local honey. And so you have this really beautiful looking drink. It tastes really good. And as I said, it can also be, something that you can incorporate, a traditional Kentucky bourbon into it.
Where can people learn more about the Mocktail Project?
Yep. So definitely social media. Instagram, it's just at the Mocktail Project, or if you go online, it's themocktailproject.com. And a lot of the things that we do actually locally is we have a foundation set up through the Mocktail Project, and we help to support recovery efforts all throughout the state, especially in the hospitality industry. And so we host a lot of events. We do private parties and events. We team up with a lot of great local places that Kentuckians are very familiar with.
Jesse, thanks so much.
Thank you.